Welcome back, guys. We're back with game number 4 between. I think it's game number 4. No, game number 3.
Number 4.
Number 4?
Yep.
Okay, we're back with game number 4 between TheMista and Ghostlake. It's currently 2-1 for Mista winning the last game, and it's his first Poseidon game on Ghostlake. Ghostlake is spawning in the bottom of the map. The map is Tundra, playing Poseidon in blue color. And Mista is playing in the red color, playing Zeus. This could possibly be the last game of the tournament, so we'll see if Ghostlake can pull something out of his bag of tricks in order to force Mista into a position that he doesn't like, and then win the game like that. This map was an extremely interesting choice from Ghostlake. I'm not sure if I understand it, because it's so similar to Ghostlake in the fact that it's open and centaurs are really strong. And what you want to do is you want to play on a map where centaurs are extremely weak. For example, Alfheim, and also Alfheim will be extremely strong because you get a possibility of having a back gold mine, whereas on Tundra and stuff like that, your gold mine is generally off the right, left, and forward. They're not generally behind you. We do see there's going to be one safe big gold mine to the right of Ghostlake and one to the left of Mista. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he can win on this map. It's definitely possible, and I don't think that this matchup is imbalanced. I think it's balanced. It's just that you have to get to a point where you get to the heroic age as Poseidon and get your Hippolyta out to deal with the mass centaur which have appeared. Alternatively, Mista can just do like a restoration attack, like he can go Athena and go for a Hippocon rush with Athena, which is pretty strong as well. Looks like standard play from Ghostlake. He's got 4 villages on wood again. He's using that same build order that he used last game. Mista's also doing a similar thing. 3 villages on wood, 3 villages on gold. No sense to change what's working for Mista. This is the last game. This is possibly the last game in the best of 5 series between Mista and Ghostlake. And I really think that if Ghostlake pulled something out of his bag of tricks, like maybe done something a little bit silly, would catch Mista by surprise. That could be really cool. Like, I don't want to say it. Like he could have done like a militia rush. That would have been sick. And if it worked, it would have been even more sick. Something like that. I don't. Just put people in a position that they're uncomfortable with. If Ghostlake could have done that, that would have been sweet. But looks like we're just going to see some standard play here and see if Ghostlake can play and win this game, win this matchup. I think if he can get to the heroic age without losing too much, then he definitely has a shot at winning the game. Let's see if he can manage to do that, especially with this gold mine at the right. He can wall that off, and it's pretty safe. It's pretty safe. So I'm feeling pretty okay about Ghostlake's chances to win this game. We see definitely. Well, are we going to see Hermes again? Wish I could tell. If there was a telltale sign. The best thing about Greek is there's no early telltale signs as to what you're going to do. You don't know if he's going to go Athena. You don't know if he's going to go Hermes. You can guess that he is because it's Tundra and it's pretty open. But looks like Ghostlake's just going to start walling up. Mista's got 4 villages on gold, 5 villages on wood, and he's going through Athena. There we go. He's going through Athena, so this is going to be really cool. He's probably going to do a Hippocon Toxotos rush, or maybe even just a Athena rush. Either way, it's going to be pretty sick. We see walls going down from the top left and top right, so he's just making himself really safe. I think the reasoning for this is he definitely is going hoplite, Toxotos aggression. There's so much hunt, and it's such a strong strategy. I just would like to comment that he could tweak his build order a little bit. I might be doing Hippocon, in which case this is the correct way to do it. But if you're going Hoplite Toxito, then you can actually get. Okay, never mind. He's going Stables. But if he was going Hoplite Toxito, then he can go. What can he do? He can go 7 villages wood, 3 villages gold, and then you can produce 4 buildings right away, and then get them chunking out units very quickly without having any idle time. You see Ghostlake throwing up his stable. He must be pretty happy about seeing Athena. It's a little bit easier to deal with than Centaurs and Hermes. However, that being said, Athena is still a massive threat because restoration means you're going to win a fight. And basically it means you have to conserve your ceasefire for his restoration, which is fine. It's trading a god power for a god power, but that's not an ideal use for it. We see Mr. coming in here with one of these Minotaurs. He's going to try and deal some damage to the villagers, but we see that Ghostlake's hero is already here to deal with that, so he's going to retreat out, and Mr.'s actually going to have to deal with some Centaur pressure that's going to go on. He's not going to have any issues dealing with it because he's going to have his Odysseus around here somewhere at some point, maybe. I don't know, but Mr.'s gone 3 stables, just something I don't see very often, especially in a Poseidon vs Poseidon game. Ghostlake's getting out his archery range, which I feel like is a better choice, just because archery ranges, you can sort of deal more damage. And by saying that you deal more damage, it sounds a bit weird because cavalry do more damage to cavalry than the Toxotos does to Toxoto. Than the Toxotos does to cavalry, but because of the pathfinding of Hippocon, you're not going to get all of your Hippocon fighting at once for a little bit longer, whereas your Toxoto are going to be dealing damage, constant damage, over and over and over again. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Like, you can definitely get away with doing the three stable build, which is still good. But it looks like Mr. picking up the Eye of Onlu relic, dude. Right. Okay, so I missed the relics. Mr. picked up Eye of Onlu, which is a 5% bonus to counter infantry, and Ghostlake picked up the Bow of Artemis for the minus 15% archer cost. Unfortunately for Mr., I don't know why. Oh, he had a little bit of a raid onto his food. So unfortunately for Ghostlake, he had to use Ceasefire to counteract that, which means that this push is going to be so much more devastating onto the gold mine of Ghostlake. And Ghostlake's now going to be getting up his second town center, which is not quite in range of the large gold mine. But he's still going to have the retreat distance to get back there and stop that from happening. I don't think that Mister's going to be able to stop this town center going up. There's 10 seconds left, and this town center will probably get built by the time the ceasefire's up. He's got 7 villages on it, so he should be fine. Might make it though. Oh, he's actually going to be here to stop it. So looks like Ghostlake's going to be able to stop. Sorry, Mister's going to be able to stop Ghostlake from doing anything there, and Ghostlake's going to have to prevent this pressure from coming in. But remember, ceasefire. Restoration is still available, so you can come in and like restore his army. Yeah, but the town center will go up while this fight's happening, and if he does cast restoration here, it's probably going to be a poor choice because the town center is going to be up. So he should probably just retreat now instead of fighting here. It's probably a good idea. We do see Mister running away. And now, perhaps the correct mode of playing now for Mister would just be to grab 4 town centers. Because he's got restoration, it means he can win 1 fight. So if he gets the 3 town centers of his own, and then the 1 town center that Ghostlake needs to get, he can use restoration to win the fight there. Excuse me while I die a little bit. So it's just more raiding going on. It's like people it's just the Hippocons running around and trying to pick off stuff, stray units. There's a couple of really low HP, medium Hippocons just chilling with the back in the next to the town center, and they're going to get picked off instantly. But that's okay because I don't think Mr. was planning on using them. But it looks like Ghostlake's ignoring or hasn't seen. Ghostlake hasn't seen the rally point for what Mister is, and if he had used those Hippocon to continue to pick off units which are getting rallied to that point, then he'd be able to take out a significant chunk of what Ghostlake has. Sorry, what Mister has. And Ghostlake is picking off stray units though, so that is good. It is good indeed. You can see Ghostlake moving in again. Moving in behind. He's going to lose a couple more units though, but it's nothing too bad. Is Mr. still producing units? He is. I'm interested to see when he is going to be building the second town centre up, because at this point he's falling behind economically, because yeah, at this point Ghostlake's got more villages than Mr. and Mr. needs to keep producing those villages to catch back up, and he's not going to catch back up without getting the second town centre, because both town centres are constantly auto-queuing units, which means that Ghostlake's going to pull ahead economically, and it's going to be a little bit difficult for Mr. to win at that point. Mr. just coming in here, he's trying to pick up a couple of villages because he knows he's a little bit behind, and he is picking off 1, 2, 3 villages, maybe 4, 3 or 4 villages. 3 villages, and the 4th one, he's just gonna let it go? Can't just let it go. That makes me sad. He picked off 3 villages, and now he's getting sort of trapped, which isn't a bad thing because his army is actually pretty even. Oh no, it's not. It's actually really far behind, but he's got restoration, so he can use that. He's going to force Ghostlake out of that fight, and he's actually managing to pick off a whole bunch of Hippocon for the cost of his restoration, which puts him a little bit in front. And he's still spamming Hippocon into the army into the region here. So he really wants to sort of finish the game here or take control of the map here, because he knows that the gold mine of Ghostlake is going to run out soon, and he's going to try and come over to this gold mine where the fight is happening. And basically Mister's got more army than Ghostlake at the moment, because he's just been constantly producing, so he's been able to push in, and with restoration he's gotten this amazing advantage over Ghostlake, where his army was basically a double. Basically what restoration does is it doubles your army into 2, because you get them back to full health instantly. So it's cool that he's managed to do that. And basically right now is the time when Mister should be attacking. Unfortunately he doesn't know, and I think he thinks that Ghostlake's mining from somewhere else, but we'll see if he does decide to move back in. If he spots the villagers mining there, then it'll be good. He'll be able to push in and hurt and punish Ghostlake. And Ghostlake's building up some stables around his build mine, just the building placement. He's trying to prevent his villagers from dying. And now, if we look at the count of Hippocons to Hippocons, you see only 9 for Ghostlake and 18 for Mister. So Mister's definitely got the army advantage right now. He's also got a Minotaur into the fray. There's a Centaur out for Ghostlake though, and the Ghostlake Centaur picking off that Minotaur extremely quickly. Actually, it's not picking up the Centaur at all. The Centaur's got 8 HP. It does get picked off though, finally. And now Mister's going to be attempting to push off this gold mine of Ghostlake's, and Ghostlake's going to be in a world of hurt without gold. We can see Ghostlake's using his villagers to fight off Mister's army, and that's not going to be enough at all. And Ghostlake decides to tap out, says GG. Mister with the timing attack. Initially with restoration, he knew it was going to happen, and unfortunately Unfortunately for Ghostlake, Mister was able to take that fight and snowball it into a victory. I'm going to give it over to Azuda to do the final administrative work and tell you guys all what's happening now.
Alright, thanks BoIt. So this was kind of the first tournament like this that I've ever run. We're probably going to try and have another one sometime in October. Similar format, we're going to try and fix up a few things, try and get a few more people involved, and stuff like that. But as for this tournament, Mista wins 3-1. only dropping the one map through the whole game, and that was when he randomed Gaia. Aside from that, thanks guys for coming out and watching. Thanks to all the players for coming out and playing. It was a lot of fun. And thanks to BoIt for casting, doing such a wonderful job. So, thank you everyone for staying tuned for as long as you did. I'm Zuda, he's BoIt. We will be back sometime probably in October to do another one of these tournaments. Other than that, thanks for watching guys, and we are signing off.